Hey, this is Andrew Brown from Exam Pro, and we're taking a look at how to deploy Office 365 using the Office Customization tool. The first thing you want to do is to go to Google and search for Office Deployment Tool. And you want to go to the link where it says Office Deployment Tool, Microsoft 365. It's usually the first one that shows up, and click on it. Once you click on it, it'll take you to the Microsoft 365 Office Deployment Tool page where you can download the Office Deployment Tool. So you want to click on Download, and you can save this to any folder you prefer. But for this demonstration, I'll place it on the desktop. Okay, the next thing you want to do is to go to the URL called config.office.com so you can access the Office Customization tool. Alternatively, you can also access this through your Microsoft 365 Admin Center in your All Admin Center page, and by navigating to Office Configuration. Once you are at the Office Configuration page, you'll want to click on Go to Office Customization tool. The next step is to click on Create. This is where you can customize how you want to deploy your Office 365. For architecture, you can choose 32-bit or 64-bit depending on your system settings. For this example, we'll select 64-bit. For the type of Office suite, we have a lot of options such as Microsoft 365 apps for Enterprise, Microsoft 365 apps for Business, Office LTSC Professional Plus 2021, and many more. For this example, we'll select the Microsoft 365 apps for Business. We're not interested in Visio, so we'll select none for this. We're not interested in project products, we'll select none for this. And we don't need any additional products. For the type of update channel, we'll go with current channel because it's recommended, and it provides users with the newest Office features as soon as they are ready. We'll select latest for the type of version. For the app sections, you can select which apps you want to include or exclude. We can leave this as the default selections. For the languages, we'll select English for the primary language. We won't be needed any additional language tools or packages. For the installation options, we can choose from Office Content Delivery Network, Local Source, or Microsoft Endpoint Configuration Manager. We can leave this as Office Content Delivery Network in the default settings. For the update and upgrade options, we can also leave these as the default settings. For the licensing and activation section, we won't need to make any changes here. In the general section, it's okay to leave this blank. It's not mandatory to provide your organization name and description unless your company requests it. For the application preferences, we don't really need to select anything here either, so you can scroll down and click on Finish. We'll give this configuration file a simple name called configuration. After reviewing all of the configuration settings, you can click on Download. You'll need to specify the format you want as the user's default. You can keep the current settings, choose Office Open XML formats, or Open Document format. For this example, we'll select Keep Current Settings, click OK, then click on Download again. Save the XML document on the folder you prefer, or the same folder where you downloaded the Office Deployment Tool earlier. So now on our desktop, we have two files, the Office Deployment Tool and the Configuration XML file. We will need to create a new folder called Microsoft Apps for Business, or you can name it Office for short, but you'll need to remember this name for the next steps. We'll cut and paste the Office Deployment Tool and the Office configuration file in the Microsoft Apps for Business folder we created. Double-click on the Office Configuration Tool file, and select the box and click Continue. Select the folder Microsoft Apps for Business and click OK. This will extract all the files to install Microsoft Apps for Business into the folder. The next step is to move the Microsoft Apps for Business folder into the local C drive. Then, you'll need to open up Command Prompt as administrator. You'll need to run a few simple commands to complete this process. Some of you should be familiar with these. Enter in cdc:// Microsoft Apps for Business, or the name of the folder you created. This changes directory to the Microsoft Apps for Business folder. Then you run setup.exe/configure configuration.xml. And this should install Office or Microsoft Apps for Business based on your configuration file you created. This can take a while, so you'll need to wait for it to complete downloading and installing. After this is done, you have successfully installed Office on your computer.